Hey, my chosen cosmos. Big hugs and welcome back. Miss Beth here, and today I am going to show you and demonstrate how to create the perfect vintage Hollywood glam waves. So to start, I have taken and I have sectioned Miss Betty's hair into 5 workable sections, 2 in back, 2 in front, and 1 on the top of the crown, just behind the crown, going down towards the top of the occipital. Once I had sectioned her into 5 workable sections, I moved towards the front, starting with the hair that falls heavier on her face. I took the first subsection, which was 1 to 1.5 inches, and took a horizontal subsection, and I pulled the hair out at 90 degrees, placed the curling iron at about mid-shaft, twisted the hair around the curling iron, and continued to twist, pull, and while clicking the curling iron. If you guys notice, I placed a comb underneath the curl as I start working with it. This helps to hold the curl in place while I reach to get a duckbill clip. I put duckbill clips or some form of a clip in each curl throughout the head, not to remove it until we have completely curled the whole head. This allows for the curl to cool in place, resulting in a longer lasting style. Once I completed the top 2 sections, I then moved to the back. And starting in the back, I took a 1.5 subsection that was diagonal forward, placing the curling iron halfway down the mid shaft, twisting the hair around the curling iron, rolling, clicking, and pulling simultaneously to ensure a nice diagonal forward barrel curl placed in the back of the head. I repeated this 2 to 3 times on each side. Once I had completed the back, I then moved to the top. When I moved to the top, starting from the back of the crown, I then took another 1.5 horizontal subsection, only this time distributing the hair all the way up to what would be 180 degree distribution. I then placed the curling iron at mid shaft, twisted the hair around the curling iron, and then proceeded to click and pull and twist, ensuring that I got a perfect barrel curl on the top of Miss Betty's head. Of course, then I clicked it, I secured it with a duckbill clip, and then moved on to one more 1.5 horizontal subsection just in front of the horizontal barrel curl that I had just created on the crown. Once that area was complete, I allowed for the tops to cool and the back continuing to cool with clips, moving on to the sides of the hair. If there is any hair left, and what will distinguish that is dependent of the client's density that you're working on, is going to dictate whether you have those curls or not. If you have that excess hair, you would then create 1.5 diagonal forward subsections on the client's hair, placing the curling iron, of course, at mid shaft, twisting, clicking, and pulling simultaneously to create a beautiful diagonal forward barrel curl. And don't forget to place the duckbill clips in there in order to secure that curl while it curls. Once I completed all the curls on Miss Betty's head, I allowed for 2 to 3 more minutes for the last curls that I had curled to cool. I then removed all the duckbill clips. Once those duckbill clips were removed, using my wide tooth comb, I lightly combed through all the curls, kind of picking through it with my fingers to decide where I wanted the curl to lay. I also would take the hairspray and spray it on my fingers and then use my fingers to place hair in the location that I wanted it to be. Now, at this point, if you would like to go in and use your back combing brush or back comb the hair in certain areas to get maximum volume, now would be the time to do it. However, I am not going to really back comb Miss Betty at all. The reason being is because her hair is already voluminous and I'm just trying to get those beautiful vintage Hollywood glam waves. I'm not really feeling throwing in that Dolly Parton just yet today. But if I wanted to voluminize Miss Betty's hair even more, then I would have gone in and behind the occipital or on top of the occipital and probably anywhere above the parietal ridge, I would had placed in some back combing just for some volume before the final spray. And that, my friends, is how you create vintage Hollywood glam waves. I hope this was helpful to all of you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. If not, I look forward to seeing y'all next Tuesday. Have a great week. Oh, and don't forget, you want to pray before you slay and use lots of hairspray. Talk to y'all later. Bye.